My house almost caught fire, and I had no idea of the danger until it was over, pieced together by burn marks on a wall and other clues around an old boiler system. I called a specialist to look at it, and he said bluntly, he's come to believe that things happen for a reason, and my house is still standing for a reason. I always try to express gratitude to others and to God, but as we come into the holiday season, I thought this story was especially worth bringing to you all in full. Welcome to the Faithful Catholic Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Ganser, and today I'll tell you how I found out about the fire that could have taken my home and what Saint Therese of Lisieux might teach us about gratitude in the face of danger. That's to come in this short episode of Faithful. When you know what you're looking for, the clues are obvious. Burn marks on the wall, a tripped electrical breaker, a broken boiler. In hindsight, it's easy, but in day-to-day life, it's not. About a month ago, I started to run my heating system before winter to make sure everything was working well. My house was built in the 1950s, and part of the house has a radiant floor heating system. Essentially, a gas-fired boiler heats up water and is sent through pipes under the floor. When it works really well. The boiler pilot light was out when I went to run my test, so I cleaned around the boiler and relit the pilot light. The system kicked on, and for about 2 days, it seemed to work well, until it didn't. I played with the thermostat trying to get the system back on, but it didn't work. And around the same time, randomly, an electrical outlet in my garage stopped working. It wasn't clear that this problem was related to the other, but foreshadowing. Ultimately, I decided to call the heating repair company first to do a tune-up on the system and figure out what was wrong. And it took just a minute for the technician to see the problem. One of the burners was off its rack, and the old fireproofing material had crumbled. Flames had been shooting out the back of the unit onto the wall, ultimately hitting the wiring harness to the thermostat. I'm not sure why they wired it like that, the technician told me, but it's a good thing they did. The melted wiring tripped the breaker and shut down the boiler, cutting the flow of gas and stopping the fire. The malfunctioning outlet must have been on an adjacent circuit or something. At least that's my guess. It's still sinking in just how fortunate we are that our home was not taken in a fire, and the way the system was built in the 1950s kept us safe. That is a good thing. As Catholics, this has brought a few things to mind for my wife and me, one about Saint Therese of Lisieux and the other about angels. You may remember from our episode on Saint Aloysius Gonzaga and the Holy Angels that Father Robert Nixon talked about God working through the angels to watch over us, even if we don't realize it.
Exactly, and we've each got a holy guardian angel. And this guardian angel is protecting us and guiding us in innumerable ways every single day of our lives. You know, we think about it, there might be sometimes when we notice that our guardian angels helped us out, but for every time we notice, there's 1,000 times we haven't noticed, 1,000 possible catastrophes that we've avoided quite without our cognizance of it. Ultimately, of course, our help comes from God, our protection, our guidance comes from God, but it happens by means of these agents.
Even if we don't realize that we've been saved from 1,000 catastrophes, we should give thanks for the life God has granted us and opportunities to help build His kingdom through our faith and our works. Over the summer, I visited Lisieux in France, and we might gain from the thoughts of Saint Therese of Lisieux. She takes on the topic of unseen danger in her autobiography, The Story of a Soul. It's available for free online. You should check it out. The important section isn't very long, so I'll read it in full. She writes, Let us suppose that the son of a very clever doctor, stumbling over a stone on the road, falls and breaks his leg. His father hastens to him, lifts him lovingly, and binds up the fractured limb, putting forth all his skill. The son, when cured, displays the utmost gratitude, and he has excellent reason for doing so. But let us take another supposition. The father, aware that a dangerous stone lies in his son's path, is beforehand with the danger and removes it, unseen by anyone. The son, thus tenderly cared for, not knowing of the mishap from which his father's hand has saved him, naturally will not show him any gratitude, and will love him less than if he had cured him of a grievous wound. But suppose he heard the whole truth, would he not in that case love him still more? Well, now I am this child, the object of the foreseeing love of a father who did not send his son to call the just, but sinners. Ooh. It's a powerful parable, and I've been given the gift of seeing a stone moved from my path. The fire threatened my home, the place that my family considers safe and secure. Even if the fire had started, we do have smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, fire extinguishers, all things that likely would have kept us physically safe, but we would have lost property. I hope that in my journeying toward heaven, that I can use the time, talents, and experiences God has given me to show gratitude. It's a gratitude that extends beyond just the holiday season, of course. It's rooted deeply in what makes me me. I'm just thankful to get to keep going with a home that's intact. Thank you for listening to this short episode of Faithful. Please share, like, and subscribe if you find it worthwhile. I do have a few longer episodes in the works, including some content connected to that family pilgrimage to France that I mentioned earlier. I hope to publish those in full very soon. I'm grateful for so much in life, and I hope you are the same. And also, please have a great day.